you guys hear the intro playing right now. If not, you're with us for 2 minutes. Before that goes through. What is up, TIW Mafia? The intro is still playing. It's JP, it's Big Joe.
What's
it's
up?
Rin Tin Tin, the Tin Man. Bigger than a horse.
He's pulling up the floor.
We are all in studio tonight. Next week we got a pretty cool guest, my buddy Steve Mays, who is boxing coach to a bunch of UFC stars. We're gonna talk UFC. We'll talk about some Jake Paul boxing because he's a boxing guy. And see what his thoughts are on that. And he's a pro wrestling fan too, so pro wrestling in general. What's up, Laurie?
Hey, Laurie, how are you?
Hopefully you guys heard the intro there playing. We're gonna talk some wrestling today. There's some stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
You've been watching.
I have watched wrestling. I watched the Rumble. I watched Monday Night Raw after it. And I've been trying to watch in between, trying to get what I can get, watching videos. I'm trying to get back into it.
I didn't watch, but I mean, I've done my diligence in keeping up with stuff. Thanks to our good partners over at WrestlingNewsSource.com. Also, you guys can hear us here at Channel 8. You see the 8 on the wall in Quincy, Massachusetts. In Channel 8 television. Are you guys hearing us okay, Laurie? Can you hear us?
Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Let us know.
She's saying there's still static coming through.
Okay.
There's some static.
There we go. They can hear us now.
Perfect.
They hear us. There we go. Shut that off. How's that me? That's me. What's up, TIW Mafia? JP here, still with Big Joe.
Trying to figure things out as we go.
That's it. It is not really technical issues, more issues with me. Learning the equipment. And, things of that nature, and that's all it is. So you guys should hear us now. Hopefully everything's good. And we're going to talk some wrestling. Joe's been watching it.
Yeah, I've been watching wrestling. I watched the Rumble. You all know about that. I've watched the Raw after, and I've been picking up pieces here and there, trying to refamiliarize myself with what's going on with the product today. I call it a product because that's what it is. The way I look at it today in wrestling, there are two major, like everyone knows, there's two major factors in wrestling today, like there was back in our day when we were younger. There's WWE and there's AEW. And today, right now in wrestling, I would say that the AEW is taking the top spot. It's almost like there's no balance in wrestling. If either one of them was on the scale, there's no balance in it.
Right. No. I changed my room for WrestleMania. I changed hotels. So I'll be staying a little closer to some of the other podcasts. And so possibly doing some live stuff.
You don't get the suite no more?
No, I changed it out because I'll be closer to the other podcast, so it'll be easy for me to hitch a ride, really.
There you go.
What's up, Rucker? I'll need a ride. There's been some stuff going on in wrestling that's been sort of interesting. We talk a lot about schools. And Ken Anderson, Ken Kennedy, Mr. Kennedy. Hold on. Mr. Kennedy. He's got a school, and there's been reports that he's basically been scamming the students.
Really?
A Reddit user claiming to be a student enrolled in Anderson's Academy School of Professional Wrestling alleged that the former WWE and Impact star had gone silent. So, in other words, he was still collecting tuition.
But not training anyone.
Right. On Wednesday, Anderson took to Facebook to issue a statement on the allegations leveled against him. Anderson detailed the challenges his school faced because of COVID, which they all went through in all honesty. And that's why it hadn't resumed operations. Darius and Dante Martin have AEW stars have come out of there, so it's not like he hasn't been putting products out. He has been, and I'm looking for some feedback to make sure you guys are hearing me. So that's
I got feedback that we can hear. Gwen says she can hear it.
All right. What's up, Bobby D? I know you're there in the chat room, and he hears because he said you plug in JP earlier. Got shows coming up. Let
me touch on the Anderson thing. I don't know much about it other than what you just said here, but that just leads me to the angle. Not so much the angle, the fact that there was a lot of that stuff happening back in the day where people would use a name. Hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm going to get so-and-so to come train you. Give me all your money, and then run.
Right.
Now, I wonder if that might be a similar thing. And unbeknownst to Anderson, I don't know.
Nice shirt, by the way. I love the Brody shirt. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
We need to... so that's what we could do. We could, you put out next week. Do you still get the box?
I don't get it anymore. I put it on hold for a while.
Okay.
I got to get some things caught up in my
Next
life.
week I'll have a promo code. I'll put mine out there where you guys get $5 off the Pro Wrestling Crate, where almost all the time if you see me wearing a wrestling shirt that's not an Irish Whip shirt or some other podcast, it's from that box.
Yep. It's like, the way I look at it right now for me, I'm either wearing a wrestling shirt from the Pro Wrestling Crate or a podcast or a wrestler I know.
Or you got a lot of rock stuff too.
Yeah, I do have a lot of music stuff too. But I'm but I get the Garbshite stuff. I get some No Effect stuff.
You don't get the Metallica at the Daytona though.
I don't have Metallica at the Daytona.
I got that one.
Do you have the whiskey?
No. Oh yeah, I do. I actually got a bottle a couple weeks ago. Batch number 123.
I want to find out if we can make our own whiskey. Irish whiskey.
There will be a day when I sit down with probably a nice cigar, a bottle of whiskey, and just listen to Metallica. Because the thing with that whiskey, so it tells you what batch number you had, and you can go in and see what the playlist that batch number aged to.
Sure, you can
and it's on Spotify. The playlist will be on Spotify.
So you can put that stuff straight down your mouth on a fast track to the toilet while you listen to the playlist that
it was aged
whiskey
to.
listened to.
Right. So what they do is they age it in the room, playing that. So that's what moves the barrel around. So
yeah,
and the barrel's how the whiskey gets its flavor. It's
what about Irish whiskey? You can
Irish.
make that. Come on.
No. Not whiskey.
Bobby, would you drink some Irish whiskey?
Not whiskey. Whiskey sounds like it's like Russian, like it's going to be a vodka.
Let's do a vodka then. Let's make a vodka / whiskey. I mean, let's be honest. We're going to grab 2 bottles of this stuff, mix it together, and say, here.
And you don't drink anyway.
I don't drink. I'm coming up on 28 years. No, 27 years.
I drink. I had a couple.
Well, this is what I drink.
Non-alcoholic. I went out Saturday around Quincy, and I stopped at a little hole in the wall. It's like the best place called Tully's Cafe.
Those are always the best places.
It's Tully's Cafe. What don't you think they have?
Food.
Right.
But they'll serve you up a beer. No.
So I was drinking my seltzers, because I don't drink beer because of my gout. I love beer and it kills me. And it literally kills me if I drink it.
Mm-hmm.
But so I've been drinking seltzers, and then I was like, you know what? I wanted to get drunk, to be honest. So I said to the bartender, what do I want a shot of? And he poured me a shot of Glenvaliant, the whiskey. And it was like the guy down the end of the bar told me this stinks. Try it a little. And he poured basically a whole shot for me to try.
Oh.
And then I was like, oh, that's good. I'll do a shot of that. And then he poured me the same shot that he gave me to taste.
The taste test? Well, I mean, a shot's not a lot of alcohol. It's what, one ounce technically a shot?
It was full. It was probably 3 ounces.
But this is what I drink. I drink non-alcoholic. I'm holding my favorite one right now. No promotions, no nothing. I'm just saying I got it. It's Brooklyn Brewery Special Effects.
So
good on you.
And at the end of it, when this guy was cashing me out, and this is why I love the dive bars. It was 2 of us drinking. It was $34 because all he did was calculate how many I had in his head.
Oh.
How many the person I was with had in his head, and then said the shot was on me. So he probably didn't charge me for all the beers.
That's the best. Those bars are like, I mean, we grew up around those bars.
Right.
You know, they make their money, like, all their money 1 to 2 days a week. Like most bars do. Well, the bars we grew up around made their money during lunch and weekday when everyone went in there and drank. But that's a different story.
Cool. I just figured out how to block somebody. Cool. Laurie said wine. She's drinking wine. And Bobby's pointing out my first yawn. So I had a drink, and like, I think I have this reputation of being the alcoholic now. And I hadn't drank in like so long. The problem is I drink and I don't get drunk. And I went out with the full intention of getting drunk Saturday.
What does it take to get you drunk?
A lot.
I mean, you're a big dude.
So, hard stuff.
Yeah. You can sit and probably throw back a case of beer like it's
not. And not anymore. I used to be able to. I've lost my tolerance for beer.
I've lost my tolerance for everything.
You know, and beer is so much fun. It tastes good.
The thing for me with being a non-drinking now drinking the NA, there's a plethora of NA stuff out there.
Right.
There's hard booze too, but the hard liquor, like I was a rum and coke guy, I was like a whiskey. They lose a lot of luster without having the alcohol.
The alcohol, right?
Doesn't taste like it. Now, if you mix it like you make a whiskey sour or something like that, yeah, the whiskey might be good. But we're not that type
But
of
you
people.
may as well just drink sour mix at that
Yeah,
point.
but we're not that type of people, though. We're the
Right.
We're,
I'm
we're
gonna
true to
do.
whiskey.
I mean, I'll do a Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
I'll do a.
But even that, though,
Or-
even like a Jack and not all the
What-
rum I bought in Coke wasn't so good.
Right. What DC used to love was DC was a Jim Beam and Coke. Jim Beam and Diet Pepsi, actually.
Diet.
So
Pepsi.
you'll
you
see
gotta maintain that diet some way.
You'll see me doing that once in a while.
as a tribute.
Yeah, it's not only that, but it actually does taste good.
Well, I was out with my son yesterday. We were at the casino, and as a tribute to my dad, we yelled at the dealer.
Yeah, but yeah, no, and people will pick up on it if I'm drinking that at a show.
Yeah.
They'll pick off that,
Called the DC.
He got me. He was it was always Diet Pepsi, and it was Jim, not Jack.
Yeah.
So, and it does taste pretty damn good.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, yeah. I want to be there when you fall off, but I don't want you to fall off.
I'm not gonna. I'm coming up on 28 years. April 8th, 2022.
Me and you never drank together
No, we did.
because I didn't drink until I was 18, and you were almost dry by then, and you were away.
You didn't drink younger than that?
No. So yes, and no.
I was
So-
14, 13.
Yeah, so I was drinking 13. 7th and 8th grade, we used to go up one of the girls' houses and drink her mother's alcohol. But, so, and you know a lot of people that were in my class, and some of them aren't with us anymore,
Yeah.
but, that's not surprising. But it's, we were only drinking her mother's alcohol for the first couple of times, and then we were
Yeah.
drinking the same water that we were filling her mother's alcohol bottles back up with.
And didn't know any better.
Right. So, but yeah, we did. Nobody. But we did. So yeah, technically at like 13, but then not again till 18. Not till I went to college swearing I wouldn't drink. The first night, blasted.
I went into the Navy thinking I'm going to get sober. I came out sober.
You
But
did.
My last year was sober. The 3 years, I don't remember much.
Yeah. No. That's the 3 freshman years I had at college. I don't remember much.
Yeah, 3 freshman years.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I almost slipped by. Yeah, I never went to college. I went the other way. I went to the military
Right.
instead. And, but I went in when I came out of boot camp. I got on the boat and they're like, "Hey, fresh blood, let's take you somewhere and leave you drunk."
But yeah, I went to UMass Lowell, great school, lots of great parties. And I went up there, like I said, like I didn't drink going in there. And my friends were like, "Oh, you're going to wind up, you're going to turn on us, and blah, blah, blah." And I said, "No way." Then the first night, pretty girl invited me to a party. I didn't know if she invited every other person she walked by.
Mm.
But I went to the party, and guess what you had to do at the party? You had to have a drink.
We had a drink. Now, I
And
went.
what they were serving was this thing I had never heard of before, being from Southie, being from Boston, not having access to New Hampshire liquor, was this thing called Everclear. Which is 180 proof, which, by the way, if you're doing math, is 90% alcohol.
I drank that stuff once.
Yeah, me too.
Once. That was rough. Bobby D saying moonshine, white lightning, and the melon jello will put you down.
You've seen me drink soda,
Yeah.
and I drink it quick. I had people bringing me beers by the end of my first semester at UMass Lowell. People were bringing me beers. I got to drink from the brothers' kegs at the frats because I drank it so quick.
I can see you sitting back.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting a vision. And let me describe my vision. I'm seeing you sitting back, like on the couch, sitting there, people bringing you beers as a tribute, and you got a half-naked woman chained up.
There was no
JP the Hut.
Unfortunately, there was no women chained up. But it was sort of like that. Like, oh, we want to see this kid drink a beer. Watch this. Hey, here's a beer, kid. Boom. Here's a beer, kid. Boom. There was one time I wasn't even drinking this night. And this wasn't in college. This was like just a few years ago. I went to play pong in one of the bars with my buddy Chris. And Chris played competitively. I didn't. But, he needed a partner, so I went. And this was when icing was a thing. If someone got you to look at the Smirnoff Ice, you had to chug it.
Oh.
And I had been going to the bar all night just buying 2 Cokes. Because I chugged one at the bar and left the glass, and then I walked away and drank one, and then I'd go right back and buy another 2 Cokes. And I got iced, and I said, "Oh, all right, we're on the way out. You're supposed to get down on one knee and chug it," and I did. And I handed them, and they're like, "No, you got to finish it."
Never heard of that.
They said, "No, you got to finish it." I said, "I did." And the bartender, "What, did you not see him drinking the soda all night?" It was, it is what it is.
They thought your downing one was a sip.
I can't chug now. Not like that. Not as quick.
Yeah.
I'm a little slower.
I never could. I know people that would open the throttle and
Yeah.
throw back a bottle.
I've never shotgunned.
Yeah, I'm quoting Gaelic Storm lyrics.
We were talking the other day, and I walked into my buddy Mike's house in Haverhill, his backyard. I don't know why this is going to turn into drinking stories. This is going to be bad.
Hey, I got a few myself.
So this was
I turned into naked stories, though.
So that's what this is about, too. The only time it's ever happened. And this is sort of wrestling related, because this was a wrestling party. This was all local independent wrestlers. My buddy Mike wrestled as Enigma, was having a party at his place in Haverhill. He always partied, and his father was a biker, his father was a Holly guy, so his father, his mother, they partied with us. They'd hang out with us. The father would throw back some jack with us, and the mother just would hang in and make sure we all ate. I walked in, I had just gotten there, and they had a funnel out.
Oh.
And my buddy Rob says, "Oh, JP will funnel." I said, "Absolutely. Let me see. Good way to start, right?"
Yep.
I get down underneath.
Don't hit that wire again.
I know. I hit the nozzle on the funnel, because this was like a drinker funnel. It was like a fancy thing. It had a little nozzle, a little release. And I realized the second it hit my lips that they didn't pour like 2 or 3 beers in there.
Filled it with Jack.
Jägermeister. A bottle of Jägermeister in under 3 seconds. Done.
That's cruel.
Well, they assumed I knew, because they were all part of the conversation discussing how it was Jägermeister in there and not beer. Not realizing that the guy who was just pulling up in his car wasn't a part of that conversation.
Oh, wow.
So I wound up naked and puking in their yard all night. It was a fun night. The sad part is that there's still a couple of people who have pictures.
Oh.
Then there's people that aren't holding them for ransom, whatever, put them out there,
Yeah.
I don't care at this point. That was
Promo photo for the Irish Whip.
20 years ago. So, yeah, guys, don't drink. Well, drink responsibly.
What we can do is take the picture of you naked, put it in a ring, and put that on the bottle of Irish Whip.
But I can't do that stuff anymore. Like, I'd be dead now. Dead.
Yeah. I like to smell it now. Like I like it because it.
I did that last night because I got a couple of. I'm not a huge drinker, but I have a couple of nice bottles of whiskey. I got 3 bottles of this stuff called Boston Harbor from Boston Harbor Distillery, and they did this thing where they infused the whiskey with Sam Adams beers.
Oh.
And they had 3 different beers. Like one was a Christmas one from one year, one was their triple black, which is real strong, and the other one was a lager. And I liked, the other day I just put those I had drank. Those one of the bottles is empty. The other 2, one's half empty, and one it looks like I didn't really.
Or is it half full?
But I literally pulled the cork out and was sniffing those last night because
just wanted
it does smell good.
Yeah. And like when I'm out with whoever now, they'll get something. I'm like, let me smell it. And people know now. Like when I'm with the gobshites, we go somewhere, they know.
Yeah.
If it's Jameson again or something like that, but if this new thing, let me get a whiff.
Yeah.
And it's not. It doesn't trigger my alcoholism. It doesn't do. It's just kind of like almost like I can tell quality by it, which I don't know.
Right.
But it
gives you a little feel of it. So
I can get that. It's in there.
Like half of your taste buds are through your nose.
Yeah, so I can smell it, I can tell if it's good or bad. Leaving some of them, I get that little bit of a whiskey burn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this. But yeah, so it was a good weekend this weekend.
I gotta give Boozer a drink.
He was a crazy dude. I wish I was around in his era. Because he never did Vince didn't like him for whatever reason. He never did WWF. So he would.
But he made such a major name for himself.
Right on the
indie circuit.
Yes.
Or the territories back then.
Right. And he would have done the same on the independents. He would have been the guy that only worked for 1 or 2 shows in each area. Which, if they do that, then that's they can make a name for themselves. It's the guys that work. Like we were talking to Tim Lennox about when Tim was on. Tim has a couple of home companies.
Yeah.
And he has a couple. He has 1 or 2 here. He has 1 in Maine.
Yeah. And like if
Canada, but that's so he's not working for A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, he's not working for, like, take Boston. A lot of people probably don't know the makeup of Boston. It's like almost like little different cities inside the city.
Right.
Much like New York, But, like, you're not going to work for promotion in East Boston than one in Dorchester because it's kind of the same territory.
Right. But people do it.
Yeah.
All the time. On the same night.
Because people want they just want to quick.
They think that's exposure.
People just like hot dogs.
That's it. And it's a hot dog and a handshake.
And I think it's not exposure when you do that. If you work, because the same people that go to Dorchester show, if they're into it, will go to East.
Right.
You want to work East, you then work Worcester.
I see all the time. There's guys like Damon Farah Damon's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And he goes to shows all the time, and it like conflicts him. Damon's the guy that buys everybody's T-shirts, posts them on Facebook. He buys tickets to the shows like a year in advance. So he gets conflicted, like if 2 shows run together. I can't go to that one because I already get tickets to this one, but I really want to see this one.
Yeah. And it's wrong. In a sense, it's wrong. The way I like it, like the way I know two of the promoters, that's number 3. The way I know the promoters that we know we're closer to, Caleb and Pat, I know they talk.
Oh yeah. Oh, they talk to each other. And that's the way
I think it should be. Like even, hey, I want to. Like if we want to come up which the plan for us to do is come up with an Irish Whip show, wrestling show, whether it's whatever it is. I like to call it the Irish Whip Invitational and do a little tournament style, but whatever. We'll discuss that later. There's nothing in the works yet. Nothing. Just an idea. I'm going to say, hey, Caleb, Pat, what can we do that's not going to conflict with you? Right. And can you guys help us bring people in? Like we'll use some of your guys, and even make it a competition between them. I mean, this is all hearsay.
Like I would love to bring in I would love to bring in some of the guys Caleb uses.
Mm-hmm. Like I think that would be that's the way it's done. Like almost like, hey, hey, can we want to run a show in your area? It's almost like hey, I'm going to open up this liquor store. You're going to pay them up. It's almost like paying homage in a sense. It's respect.
So Bobby D is saying he saw on Facebook that they're having tryouts for WWE in Florida. It was just posted. Guess they're looking for good talent. I thought they had it in NXT. Typically what they'll do, Bobby, is they'll hire the guys and they'll put them in NXT and then they'll bring guys up. Like they're trying to bring Tommaso up, and Tommaso wants no part of it.
Yeah, he's top dog.
He likes what he's doing. He he's obviously comfortable making what he's making.
Yeah.
And they're putting him on like what's the new Sunday Night Heat? It's not Sunday Night Heat anymore. It's Velocity or something.
Yeah, I think
is that what it is? So they're putting him on that, which is putting him on main roster. I don't know what his contract is, if he's a main roster or if he's an NXT contract still.
Yeah,
and that makes a huge difference. So did you see who they fired this week?
No.
Who they released? This is true. After the Royal Rumble, WWE released Shane McMahon. Apparently he was like he wanted to come out number 1 at the Rumble or some number that would have highlighted him, and he was trying to rewrite his WrestleMania stuff.
See, I thought he was already gone from the company.
No, he was backstage still, and but he is now.
No, but they released him.
Is he going to show up on AEW?
Well, let me ask. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Similar to what happened with the WCW.
Right.
But my question now, even if, say, that doesn't happen, now, is he released from a working contract?
He's released from the company completely.
Well, sorry, so he's not... I mean, he used to be the VP of marketing and things like that.
No longer.
None of that? So they completely got rid of him. All right.
So, that's crazy to me, because... I mean, I've never heard of the McMahons firing a McMahon,
Yeah. It was always in a sense, it was an inbred company. Watch that camera. Long legs falling off. It was always seemed to be like an inbred company, if you know what I mean. You know?
Right.
But there's so much speculation, you know. This is like a spider web right now of where it's going to go. You know?
That's it.
I mean, there's been speculation and rumors since AEW came around that Vince had his hand in it.
Yeah, I don't think so, though. I don't think so.
But then look at it as a conspiracy theorist.
That was full. People getting drunk if they're playing the drinking game tonight.
Let's play conspiracy theory for a minute. Tony Khan owns and runs AEW. There is a Khan who is said to take over WCW eventually. You can't see me no more. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, they can hear still.
So there's, I forget the guy's name, so off the top of my head, but his last name is Khan.
Yeah,
Is there a connection there?
No.
You know?
That's already been looked into 100 times over.
Yeah. But it's still looked at 100 times over, but there still could be one string you're not looking at.
Yeah, no, that's been investigated. Oh, that's a horrible angle for me. Sorry, guys.
No, that does me well if I can't see you. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. No, it wasn't my drink, just the camera, Bobby D.
I'm the only one drinking tonight.
That's non-alcoholic. If any of Joe's family's paying attention, don't panic.
Tim's down here drinking Bud Seltzers.
Yeah. I wish. Those are tasty.
Nah. Oh, you know what Tim's drinking? He's not drinking. He's eating.
You should eat one.
You first.
No, thanks. You're the dog person, not me.
I've had them.
Why?
Why not?
Were you hungry?
Well, it's like anything else. If you're a chef, you're going to try your food before you serve it to someone else. Although I didn't create this, but I'm going to serve it to someone else. I'm going to taste it.
No, you're not. That's so disgusting.
Oh, it's a big deal.
That is so disgusting.
I know.
Big Joe, for those who don't know, just ate dog biscuit.
Yep. It's just a bite. Then I spit it out.
That's what she said. Now, yeah, so... Man, we got way off track.
Yeah, but let me say this though about the whole conspiracy, if you will. I know you won't, but I'm going to say it anyway. The conspiracy. Now, I think that there is a connection.
You can think that all you want, but there's not.
How do you know?
People have looked into it.
Yeah, but there's going to be somewhere. It's going to be there.
Why? Are you related to every knee?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I am.
No, you're not.
I did. I am.
You did?
I get the left and the right.
Yeah. And neither one of them are any good.
No, not. They both buckle. But I don't know.
It means nothing. It's just a name. It's a
I know,
last name.
But let me have my theories, all right?
You can have your theories.
Let me have it. Don't be a jerk and take it away from me.
I'm not taking it away from
Make
you.
you eat a duck cookie.
You couldn't.
I'll give you a bottle of whiskey first.
Give me $20.
I'll put that in a bottle of tequila. It's like the worm.
I love tequila too.
Yeah, but yes, I think that's one of those things that it's going to be hard to see. Not the conspiracy again. Going back to see where Shane's going to come. Now, could there be a buyout of TNA, and Shane goes over there and builds that up to be number 3? You know, is that a possibility? Last time Shane was removed from the company, then bought WCW. You know, all the talent that would be with TNA would be great.
I don't need these.
Yeah, all right.
Just taking my headphones off, guys. I don't need them. Me and Joe are in the same room.
Yeah. Tin too. Tin.
Oh, Tin is a good dog.
Yes.
Spoiled rotten.
I took a picture earlier. You'll like it. I posted it on my Facebook if anybody has it. Let me show you. It's his foot in the snow. He got big feet, if anybody can see that.
That's.
Excuse me for burping in the mic.
Well, it's on. They can see it on your Facebook.
Yeah. I'm friends with whoever's in chat right now, whatever.
Right. Just find Joni on Facebook.
Yeah, or if you find JP, I'm probably being. Well, I was thinking MySpace real quick. I'll be in his top 8 spaces, but I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think I would.
You would be. You would. Yeah, you would be.
I know I'd have you in mind.
Yeah, you'd be.
Mine would be Gwen first, and you. Then like Pete. You and Pete could be interchangeable. Then like the other options would be there.
You'd be in mine. You'd be.
I'd probably be number 8 though, huh?
Yeah, you'd be top 4. And you know.
I know Joey would be first.
My mom, Joey, you.
But mom don't count.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen my mother on Facebook?
Yeah,
She's all over social media.
I know, but like...
You know what I do to keep her off my page?
You block her?
No. It's better than that.
You mute her?
I have a certain picture I post. The one of me and Bridget the Midget.
Oh my God.
And my mother won't go on my page if she sees that picture. So I made that my profile picture. Either that or my mugshot.
Oh boy.
I'd say thank you for that, but that wasn't you. That was actually... that was another police officer that got me that. Yeah,
but I feel that there is definitely shame being released. Yeah, there may have been heat with Brock in the back about coming out number 1 and coming out, or him wanting to win, or him wanting
he
to
didn't
get
want to win.
spots.
I guess he wanted to come out in a spot that brought attention to him.
Yeah, I mean, the money hits, he's coming out. I mean, attention comes. He got a huge pop.
Yep.
You know?
That he did.
Facebook said I have 11 days to post a book.
He's in like half a Facebook jail. He's on like Bobby's like but he's out on parole. He's in a Facebook halfway house.
Oh Jesus!
That's what it seems like.
But I can see
Bobby's voting for Pat Dillon for mayor of Southie.
Really? Was he live in Everett?
But Bobby grew up on Ward Street.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So
the connections run deep.
Yeah, that's and Pat, I put my votes in.
Oh, I don't. I'm looking for him, but I mean,
right for fun.
Where do I do it?
So you got to buy those for fun squares.
Oh, you donate to the square fund.
Right.
Okay.
For fun.
All right. I did that then.
Yeah, that's it. Pat's running.
I remember how it works. No.
There's nobody running against him. He just has to raise a certain amount.
Yeah.
And I think he's at that amount.
Yeah. No, if he didn't make it, he put it in himself.
What he did was the name you all know, which was from the Eddie Murphy film when he was running from the office. And he had the same name as the person that was in office before, so he said, Eddie Murphy, the name you know, is his slogan. So the last person that was Mayor Southie's last name was Dillon. So he's running under Pat Dillon, the name you know.
The name you know.
And that all goes to the parade. So
yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable today.
Yeah, it no arms.
Do that again. We are so off tonight.
It's just one of those days. After this, we gotta stay.
But you might be going to Lexington.
I might be going to Lexington for the Chaotic Show.
Yeah.
Tickets are purchased. I was gonna go with you, but you got other plans.
Yeah.
Something you can't get out of. So I gotta find. None of my kids can go. So I gotta find that person.
I'm going to see Ghost.
I'll say it like this: the first person that reaches out to me, you can come with me.
I'm going to see Ghost in Volbeat.
Bobby, reach out to me.
Ghost in Volbeat.
That's gonna be.
Gotta meet up with Dave Padula.
Nice.
Do you remember Dave?
I do.
Yeah, Dave's going to the show, and me and him were talking. And did I ever tell this story on here?
I don't know.
So this is another damn drinking story with me.
Well, with the Irish Whip, of course.
So this was I don't know how many years ago, and I went for a trip with Chris Norman and Spencer Jarvis to I think it was New Jersey.
Yeah.
It was either Jersey or Connecticut. There was Wawa's wherever we were. I remember that.
That's definitely the Jersey, lower New York area.
And we there was two shows in the one in the afternoon, one at night that they were booked for, and I was going to do security to help out. Just that was how I took the ride down. And I did security for the first show. The promoter had his golden retriever with him. I don't know if it was a golden retriever. It was a yellow lab or a golden retriever, some dog along that, a blonde dog in that line.
Yep.
And was by his side the whole time. That gets important later on. And in between shows, run into Dave, who had taken the ride up with a few other people. And Dave says, I got Jameson and Yingling. Yingling at the time, you couldn't get Yingling here.
Yeah.
So me and Dave sat in the parking lot and drank the handle of Jameson and the Yingling. And as we're out there, Dave's a big guy. If you guys don't know Dave Padula, look him up. He was he really brought like hardcore wrestling to New England along with Jose Perez. Like they used to do the no ropes barbed wire matches and stuff like that when no one was doing it. Yeah, absolutely. That's easy.
Yeah, I remember Jose. He was always good. What I liked about him is he was strict in the ring but soft to the fan. You know?
So me and Dave are out there and we're just drinking. It's me and him, and every once in a while the ref that Zach the ref who Dave had driven up with would come out and do a show with us. And it's the second show. It's already started, and I'm doing security from the parking lot apparently because I'm still in the car drinking. Spencer comes out and says the promoter's not paying us. Doesn't have the money. I said, all right, what are we doing? Well, before this, a guy who was just randomly walking down the street, good-sized dude, sees me and Dave's eating Swedish fish. And that to this day, the Swedish fish is an inside joke to me and Dave. This guy walks up and says, I'm going to take you Swedish fish. Dave said, no, you want some? Here. And the guy says, no, I'm going to take them. And I'm going to run. And you guys are going to chase me and probably beat me up. And Dave says something like, I don't think it'll go down like that. And he's like, no, that's how it's going to go down. And at this point here, like, I'm starting to swing my legs out of the car because I don't know. Like, this dude's obviously, like...
on something.
Right. So, and, guy starts talking and says how, he's like, why are you guys here? And we said, oh, there's a wrestling show in there, and, some of our buddies are on it, whatever. And he says, oh, I used to wrestle. I just got home from OVW, which at the time OVW was the developmental.
Yeah.
So we're like, blah, blah, blah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, OVW morphed into NXT.
No, Florida Championship Wrestling morphed into NXT. Okay. OVW just kind of stopped being developmental at some point. It's still a great company. So Dave says something to him. And then Dave realized there was a guy named Bobby Inferno that had done some stuff with Ring of Honor and a bunch of things. And Dave said the name of a wrestler who had just passed away. That was a New England guy that was OVW and had done a ton with this guy in OVW. And this guy started to tear up. And at that point, he just sort of walked away from us. And we, what the hell just happened, right? So now Spencer comes out to us and says the promoter's not paying him. I say, what are we doing? Spencer says, you're going to take a ride with him and he's going to try to get money. I said, all right, cool. I get in the car with the promoter. The promoter's complaining because apparently the building complained about people drinking in the parking lot. I didn't know anything about that. True story.
I know who was doing it.
So you
guys are just out there eating Swedish fish.
Right. And he's like literally pretty much crying on how Spencer sent Muscle to get his money. That was me. I was Muscle.
You were Muscle. Where?
So now what he was doing was going in and out of stores. He had to be local to the area, so he was going in and out of mom and pop pizza places and stuff like that. And he was trying to get them to run his credit card so they could just bill his credit card and give him the cash. Well, he's in one of these places. I start wrapping the dog's leash around my hand, so I get the dog. And he goes into one, and I called Spencer up, and I said to Spencer, this was like my most brilliant idea, because I didn't know if this guy was going to get the money that day, and I really didn't think it was the right thing for anything to happen to this guy on that day. So I said, let's do this. He rented the ring, so grab a piece of the ring, and I get the dog. So I said, what do you mean you get the dog? I said, I got the dog. We'll take it back to Boston. He'll come and get it within a couple of days with your money. I had no idea we were going to keep this dog.
No, what kind of money?
It was probably $200.
Okay.
But he was going to come and get this dog. Like this, he was with this dog. Didn't leave his side.
Yeah.
That was my logic. So we get out of the car, and he doesn't know I have the dog's leash. So when we get out of the car, and I get the dog's leash, then he was like, "What?" Like the promoter, you could see his face, and he wound up having enough to pay the guys I was with. He didn't have enough to pay the girl who had driven up from Florida. So Spencer, I'll say this, it may have been the last time he did the right thing. And he said, pay her, write me a check. If the check bounces, I got these. And he grabbed a bunch of DVDs. And the promoter said, I'm cool with that. So Spencer and me were selling DVDs at NECW shows for a while. The promoter was all right with that. That was like the sort of the late fee, I guess, if you will. And everybody got paid. That was that.
Yeah, I don't know. I met Spencer. Stuff happened.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that. I still like Spencer.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, I won't.
I know this stuff. I know this stuff, but I don't know.
We all know people who've done stuff.
Yeah, whatever. I get along with Spencer. I think he's a good guy.
That's fine.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, going to different Comic Cons and stuff, collecting and stuff like that. That's where my relationship with them is.
Yep.
Plus, he's married to my girlfriend's cousin.
Let's see. Oh, he said, Bobby D said, sorry, he'll be at his son Pat's house for some more weekend.
Oh, boy.
So he won't be able to go to Chaotic.
I am just a man without a date.
That's... Bobby D, you could have been that date.
Bobby, I would have smooched you in the parking lot.
If it wasn't Lexington, I'd say Pat might go.
No, I'm on the fence still now about going anyway, really, because I'm just like, excuse me, pardon my language. It's Lexington.
I won't beep that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hike.
Yeah.
That's up past Arlington.
And it's up till it goes to 11, so I'm not getting home till 1. I know it's an hour drive, but with my eyes and stuff going,
right,
I
and
drive
stopping
slow.
to get food and
Yeah, and I drive
which
slow.
am I doing the
My
right?
girlfriend yelled at me for doing 50 on the highway.
Well, you're gonna kill somebody doing 50 on the highway.
No, but it was in the slow lane.
You're gonna kill somebody doing 50 on the
It was in
highway.
the slow lane.
Yeah, but people get on the slow lane going fast because they're getting on the highway.
Yeah, but I'm old.
People get on the slow lane going fast because they're getting on the highway.
Oh, wasn't there an exit?
You got to do at least the speed limit.
I was, but then I started talking and I forgot to press the gas.
You can't. You know you can get pulled over for driving too slow because it's dangerous.
Yeah. And normally you don't do that. I just got distracted.
Jeez. And I'm the one without a license.
Yeah. I'm the one with all the problems. Well, the medicine.
I got the medicine too.
I got another problem I'll tell you about after the show.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's.
It's 2 of them actually in 1.
Guys, we just went 50 minutes.
Whoa.
I don't know where the time goes. Guys.
I'm gonna post something and put it on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm gonna tweet it out and put it on the I don't know how to work the Facebook page. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna tweet it out tomorrow. It's gonna be a picture, a drawing, a print of art that a friend of mine draws. He is an amazing artist. If anybody's watched the new John Cena show, what's the name of it?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. My friend drew Peacemaker.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be drawn. I'm going to post the picture, and I think we'll give it away next week.
Do you own the picture?
No, he has a stock. Like I'll order from the website.
Oh, okay.
Same with you with the figures.
Yeah.
You know, I'll send it from him.
Okay.
It'll come directly from him, or from wherever he,
Cool.
and we'll send it out. So we're gonna give away a Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's a great show.
Yep. I'll show you. I'll put you up his. Give me a sec. Talk while I pull it up.
What am I supposed to talk about? Stuff and stuff?
Yeah. Stuff and things.
No. Stuff and things.
Yeah.
Now, guys, wrestling. You can check out if you go to UFO's Facebook. They got a show coming up, February Vacation. Their Facebook, UFO Wrestling. Their Twitter, UFO Wrestling Boston. We'll have all the information on the show. February 25th, Everett. Be a good show. I was looking, he's got Dolly Decimo. I think that's a nice picture.
That's what we'll be giving away next week if you want to hold that close to the camera.
Slick Wagner Brown. It'll get posted on.
Yeah, but you see people, you know, I'll post it tomorrow. If we do that tomorrow, and next week we'll give it away. We'll spin the wheel for that.
Have you watched the show yet?
No.
It's worth it just for the intro.
I've been watching British sitcoms, and British mysteries, and RuPaul's Drag Race.
It's worth it just for the intro.
So is it RuPaul's Drag Race?
No. Although Big Brother Celebrity has a few of the RuPaul, has one of the RuPaul judges on it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Some black guy. Todrick. I don't know. I don't watch the RuPaul thing. I watch Celebrity Big Brother.
Were you on Drag Race? Did you try out?
No. And
no, you got dragged during a race. I forgot.
Chris Kirkpatrick is on.
I might have
Celebrity.
watched that.
He's conning them all because he's telling them he's never watched it before except for when Tom Green was on because he's Tom Green. He's friends with Tom Green.
That's funny.
And he's like a super fan. Misha Tate, UFC fighter.
Okay.
It's a cool season so far.
So we've gone just about an hour and talked a little bit about wrestling, a lot about drinking.
And big shout out to the FedEx crew at Government Center. I told them I'd give them a shout out today.
Nice. Oh, I gotta give a shout out to my little buddy Hunter. I met him when I was doing conventions. I was working at the time. The convention company's not there anymore. We were there for Heroes and Villains in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I think it was at Portland. And he was there. I met this kid, Hunter. He's a cancer survivor. I think he's like 13 now. But he was a hell of a kid. I told him to give him a shout out. Him and his mother listen to the show.
Awesome.
And I told him to give a shout out. And when we figured things out more, he's a wrestling fan. I want to try to get him on for a segment.
Yeah. Hunter, know this. With the stuff that I've gone through with some family this year, I look up to you. And I respect you, and I wish you well.
Yeah, he's a good kid. His mother's awesome. And Hunter, how I met him was he was walking around giving out bracelets. You know, the rubber bracelets the cancer's about. He was giving them out. And I was like, that's awesome. Let me have you meet some people. And I brought him to a bunch of different celebrities.
That's cool. That's how you are.
And he told his story.
To the celebrities.
To the celebrities. It was really good. Hunter's an awesome kid. His mother, Heather, she's kind of questionable. I give her a lot of crap, though. But,
she puts up with you, I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah, but she's good, too. But anyway, Hunter, I love you, kid.
Yeah, shout out, Hunter. That's all I got, Joe.
Yeah. All right, so next week we're going to give out the Peacemaker print from my buddy Scott Straka. You can check him out at Scott Straka Art on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. And as of now, I'd say, hey, see you next Tuesday.
I didn't record on this.
We didn't record on the...
No, but I'll pull it off of
okay.
this.
Do you want to record that commercial?
Yeah.
Do you want to... What do you want to do?
Hey,
I'm JP, and I'm Big Joe. We're just letting you know, you get to tune into the Irish Whip. We're talking about wrestling, you know.
Yeah, maybe do like our intro, and I'll even put like the music.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like do it even if we mention other, like, you know, we talk about wrestling, and we talk about, you know, maybe because if we say something a little bit broader, it'll bring.
Well, we'll talk about our lives.
Talk about our lives and
our experiences, and
bring up, you know.
Sorry about that.
And promote our friends. Sorry about what?
Oh no, it did. I did. Sorry.
Okay.
And it's still recording.
All right.
Stop. No. All right. What's up, Irish Whip fans? This is JP. Here with Big Joe.
I messed it up. I was down here. You JP. And I just thought I was going to say I'm Big Joe.
We'll do it like that this time. What's up, wrestling fans, podcast listeners? My name is JP.
And I'm Big Joe.
We're going to tell you about our podcast, The Irish Whip. These, first of all, every time you hear these like podcast promos, they're never any good.
They're never any good. And they talk about their strict down the line topic.
Hopefully this will be different because we don't have a strict underlying topic.
We say we're all about wrestling, but we do other stuff too.
Right, we talk about our life experiences.
Exactly.
If you want to listen to us, the best way to listen to us is on the Spreaker app, which you can get on iOS and your Android. And you can like and comment. You can subscribe there right on the app.
You can get out of the Apple Store too.
That's it, guys. Thank you. And tune in to the Irish Whip Podcast.
Thanks, guys. If you can piece that together somehow.
It worked.
I trimmed like 10 seconds after I opened it.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll cut the next off later and see what that takes it down to.
I think we're still broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.